Hi, this is Scott Siskin. I'm the president of First Republic Mortgage Bankers. When you need a mortgage, call First Republic Mortgage Bankers and deal direct. Eliminate the middleman. No mortgage broker fees. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on your high-rate mortgage and your credit cards. You can save every single month by refinancing. You personally can save every month by locking in the lowest rates in over 30 years. And we make house calls to the entire tri-state area 7 days a week. Call 718-380-0006 if you're buying a home or you want to refinance your home. 718-380-0006.
Now, if there's anyone out there hearing other things on the radio dial, I think there's a station stepping over us right now. We're not too sure, but we hear a little, back and forth chemistry.
Heresy, listen, if you have friends who are having trouble hearing us, tell them to go on their web and at linkupmedia.com, and you can hear us streaming. But I know that the majority of the area is listening to us, and a big majority of homeowners have credit card debt. Especially people who have owned their homes 3-5 years plus. They have gathered up credit card debt, and even longer than that, because it's difficult to get rid of credit card debt. Mm-hmm. Look at your statements, people, because you think you're paying 18%. Many of you are paying 30 to 40%. It's called the Universal Default Clause, which means if you make a late payment with any of your credit cards, they can all jack up your monthly rate. So if it seems like you're really not getting anywhere, you're not. You're going backwards. So pick up the phone. If you're a homeowner, you have a solution. Even if you have past credit problems, we can help get rid of all your credit card debts. Imagine speaking to Eddie right now at 718-325-5555. Envision, if you will, that within 2 weeks, utilizing the FHA government-backed program, that those of you out there who may have been rejected elsewhere, those of you out there who may have been offered very, very high interest rates, can refinance to the low rate of 5.875%. And you know what? Eddie will be able to tell you all the qualifications. He'll be able to go through your scenario and tell you right away, yes, this program's going to work for you. If this one doesn't work, we have all the programs that are possible in the spectrum. But we are really focusing on helping people who are house rich and cash poor. There's so many of you out there compared to the people who are having problems with their adjustables and they're in foreclosure. There's so many more of you who are just getting by every month. And, we have a reluctance, a lot of us, to do anything that's going to put a lien on our house. Well, you know something? It doesn't make any sense. That's the depression mentality, because in the depression days, if you had a mortgage, they could call it at any time. So you always wanted to pay down your mortgage. These mortgages can't be called. It's 30-year term. So it's very important that you look at your whole picture. And that's what Eddie is expert at doing. He'll look at your whole picture, what your mortgage payments are, what your mortgage rate is, and also what your credit cards are, how much you're paying for monthly payments. How much can you save by paying off and consolidating all of those debts? There's no prepayment penalty because you can always pay it faster. But getting rid of those credit card debts so that you can get good debt, as Eddie says, which means it's tax deductible. So if you take the difference between 5.875%, which is tax deductible, which effectively brings you down, if you're in the total of everything, let's say 35% tax bracket, you're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of really lower around 4%. After taxes, compared to 30 to 40% with no tax benefits. It's insane to allow yourself to continue to suffer from credit card debt. If you are a homeowner, right now I want you to make a phone call. If you're in your car, all the better, because it's multitasking, and we all go everywhere with the phone. There's none of you that have an excuse for continuing to pay credit card debt. Why work an extra job? Why work overtime to throw away $800, $1,000 every single month to your high-rate mortgage and credit cards? Imagine walking out of the closing and having cash at hand, just like we had a recent success story. Walked out with $108,000 in cash, paid off credit card debt, monthly payment went down $300. Call right now to find out exactly what your success story is. I don't care if you've been rejected 3 times. I don't care if you've already applied somewhere else, especially if you apply with a mortgage broker. We can do better. They can't give you the government-backed program. The bottom line, it's a fact that mortgage brokers in New York State cannot originate, approve, and close loans that are FHA. They can't do it. So if you ever hear somebody who's knocking the FHA in this day and age where you see it being promoted by the president, think why. Why would anybody knock the FHA? The FHA is a great program. Is it for everybody? No. And we have the programs that are available to help those people. But when it can help somebody find affordable housing, when it can help you get rid of your credit card debt, you should look into it. There's no excuse for not getting the facts. Do not buy the hype. I don't care if you've been rejected 5 times over the course of a year. I don't care if you went back to your original lender and they've rejected you. We want to talk to you, and we'll give you the risk reversal, which means if you applied somewhere else and you switched to the winning team, we will give you back the appraisal and the credit report that you already paid for. It's very important. I'm talking a little bit too longer than I like to because we want to put more music, but I'm so passionate about the fact that there's so many people that I can reach out to that are listening to me right now. Like you heard the success story earlier. She'd been listening to me on Gil Bailey for more than a decade. Finally, she decided to take action. Whenever her situation was in between is hard to say. But many of you, anybody who listens to this station has heard me discuss the benefits of refinancing. What have you done about it? Do you complain about not having enough money? Do you work 2 jobs? Why? Because you want to have a better life. Well, you know what? That's good to look at the income side of your balance sheet, of your profit and loss, your family profit and loss. But you got to bring your expenses down in order to have a net profit. You'll have more money in your pocket if you get rid of your credit card debts, consolidate your debts. Maybe you want to get some money out to do some energy efficient cash improvements, like for example windows and roof and so forth. That's one of the big uses. People use money for buying second houses. There's so many reasons why people can get money, and they'll be amazed at how little it costs, if anything, after paying off their credit card debts. 718-325-5555. House rich, cash poor? No excuse. Get the facts directly from an FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, Sony Mae approved direct lender. No middleman can give you the facts the way that we can. Remember, eliminate the middleman by calling Eddie. 718-380-0006 is the office here. 718-325-5555. And Sean, I guess we'll talk about reverse mortgages a little bit later. You got to rid them up.